think that I don't know if I said it like that, but it was similar. But yeah, on the other side of the wall, they say you ain't trying if you ain't cheating, and I say I don't cheat. You know, when I try, I'm trying to win.
Of course, we really get into it. He like, bro, I ain't gotta do this. Yeah, I can go chill and go on my boat. I ain't gotta be picking you up every day and spending time with you and making sure you I ain't gotta do this.
Right.
So about
Adrien Broner has finally spoken out following Gervonta Davis's arrest, and despite calling Tank his younger brother, he didn't hold back. In a video shared on Instagram, Broner explained that making mistakes or even ending up behind bars isn't what bothered him. What frustrated him most was watching someone repeat the exact same mistake over and over. Broner admitted he's had plenty of troubles himself, but said repeatedly getting into legal issues involving women is something he simply can't respect.
Spending 20 to 30, 20, 25 a night at each club, though. I f***ed up a lot of money, but we straight. Yeah. If I knew what I knew now, we would have way more.
What you would have did different now?
I tell everybody, though, they always ask, if you can do it again, would you change anything?
Broner's comments carry extra weight because he's no stranger to controversy himself. Throughout his career, he's faced numerous legal problems, including assault charges, public intoxication, robbery allegations, firearm-related incidents, and other off-ring issues. Even so, he drew a firm line when discussing violence against women. According to Broner, any man who harms a woman immediately loses his respect. He added that women deserve protection, care, and kindness, saying they should be treated with love instead of aggression. His message to Tank was simple: learn from this before it's too late.
I'm gonna put y'all on some game, man. Like, if a ain't got the money to pay for something, we just can't get it. You know what I'm saying? We gotta wait till we get the money to get it. Now, females, if they ain't got the money to get something, shit.
Speaking further about Gervonta Davis's situation, Broner suggested that Tank has struggled with unhealthy relationships for years. While he believes Davis has encountered the wrong people in his personal life, Broner insisted that nothing justifies becoming physically violent. Instead, he encouraged Tank to work on himself, seek professional help, and surround himself with better influences. As all of this unfolded, the planned rematch between Davis and Lamont Roach was thrown into uncertainty after Tank's arrest on domestic violence allegations. Authorities say the reported incident happened on Father's Day, June 15, when Davis went to pick up his children from their mother's home in Coral Gables, Florida.
Third world title at 47.
Yeah.
I never spent no money. So I would get a check and just give it to my mom. And she'll give me like allowance every Friday. One day, I swear to God on everything I love.
Investigators allege that an argument escalated during the visit, with Davis accused of striking his former partner on the back of the head and slapping her, leaving an injury inside her mouth. Although Davis was taken into custody, he was later released. Despite the legal situation, Lamont Roach initially remained optimistic that their rematch would still happen on August 16. Speaking during a live stream, Roach said he had heard Davis was already back home and insisted the fight was still on schedule, adding that everyone was simply waiting for the official announcement.
Coming up to grounds. You should have behind your body. You got handcuffs.
Roach had previously addressed the allegations by saying he hoped they were not true because he wouldn't wish jail on anyone. Meanwhile, Davis continued making headlines for reasons outside the ring. His controversial draw against Roach had already sparked criticism, with many believing Tank wasn't fully prepared or mentally locked in for the bout, while Roach delivered one of the best performances of his career. Reports later claimed that PBC had already started considering alternative dates even before Davis's arrest, because he had reportedly stopped training for several weeks after the June 15 incident. That made an August 16 return appear increasingly unlikely.
Davis, bad dude. See, what I like about Tank is Tank brings something different. You know, back in the days, everybody had something. Muhammad Ali was a mover boxer, George was a puncher, Ernest Shavers was a puncher. Everybody had something they brought to the table. Larry Holmes had a jab. Mike Weaver had overhand right. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has something. That division now is full, and Tank having to be the knockout guy of the division. He the one with the main knockout power. Garcia has it too, but Tank got that real knockout power that, like, if Tank hit one of them clean, usually they gonna have a problem. So it's like, I like Tank. Every now and then, I think when he knows he can beat somebody, he probably don't lock in as hard, but I think when they bring challenges, he locks in.
Yeah, he fights to the level of his competition. He was doing that a lot.
And he got to be careful of that.
2 fights ago, he was really doing that.
You feel me? So you got to be careful of that, because if you come in and think somebody is not at your level and you underestimate them, it can get you beat. So that's the only thing I think you got to be careful of.
Instead, discussions reportedly shifted toward August 23 or August 30 as possible replacement dates. Organizers have been evaluating whether either option is realistic. Given everything surrounding Davis recently, many fans are questioning where his mindset will be heading into a rematch, whenever it finally happens. Their first meeting in March ended in a controversial majority draw after Davis voluntarily took a knee in the 9th round, a moment that officials did not score as a knockdown. The decision caused widespread debate throughout boxing. Roach arguably gave Tank the toughest challenge of his career, while Davis's unbeaten record officially became 30 wins, no losses, and 1 draw.
Looking past Roach, and he wanted that Jake Paul fight, which I think Jake Paul would have beaten. Jake is way too big. Tank is 5'5", 135, soaking wet. Y'all think Tank is too small for 140. He ain't beating no heavyweight. I'm not joking. I don't think he would have hurt Jake. He would have to jump up to reach him. I don't think he would have hurt him. I tell you this, it would have gone the distance and people would have been laughing their asses off, and it wouldn't have been good for Tank's brand. I tell you that. That fight would have went the distance. Soon as 5'5" Tank is looking at a 6'2", 6'3" Jake Paul, y'all would be like, wait a second. And Jake Paul be on spread out paws with that arm out and stepping back. And bro, I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you. But that's a cap. Fine.
Roach proved he could absorb Davis's trademark power while landing meaningful counters of his own, which is exactly why so many fans want to see the rematch. Unfortunately, Davis continues attracting attention outside the ropes. His latest arrest is far from his first encounter with the legal system, and the accusations against him are far more serious than previous incidents. Not long after posting bail, another controversy emerged, this time involving claims that he received special treatment during his release from jail.
This is a first for me because as Davis was walking out of the Turner Guilford Night Center, he had 3 corrections officers surrounding him, not really allowing reporters to get close to him to ask him questions. That said, I did ask those questions as to his allegations. He is accused of striking his ex-girlfriend, the mother of his children. I asked him about those.
Authorities arrested Davis in Miami Beach following allegations connected to an incident involving the mother of his children. According to reports, what started as a verbal disagreement escalated into a physical confrontation. Davis spent several hours in custody before securing his release on bail. However, criticism quickly followed after reports claimed he left the Turner Guilford Night Correctional Center under the escort of multiple correctional officers, raising questions about whether he received preferential treatment compared to other detainees.
Floyd, I was doing him. He always been like that. You know what I mean? So I gotta focus on what I'm focused on. He already did what he had to do, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Me, if I did what I like what he did in the sport.
When Davis exited the facility, he covered his face with a white shirt and ignored questions from waiting reporters, while members of his security team kept media at a distance. Several news organizations later contacted Miami-Dade Corrections seeking clarification about the circumstances surrounding his release, but no public explanation was immediately provided. According to police reports, the dispute happened on Father's Day when Davis arrived to collect his children. His former partner alleged that he struck her during the altercation, resulting in visible injuries.
Domestic and battery charges against his baby mother, who's the mother of 2 of his children, Vanessa Paso, I believe her name is. Now, I want to do this in a certain order because I think since people kind of stopped watching videos midway through, I'm going to put some of the most important points I want to.
The allegations represent a serious challenge for Davis, and any conviction could have major consequences for both his career and reputation. Despite that, Bill Haney chose a different approach. Rather than criticize Tank, Devin Haney's father publicly expressed hope that Davis and the mother of his children would find a peaceful resolution and that the lightweight star could eventually return his focus entirely to boxing.
Lamont, it was like he was there, but he wasn't like there for real. Like when you watch all the other fights, you can see like his eyes just look different. When he walked into the ring with Lamont, it was just like, yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, because you heard in the press conferences, he was just saying, he was just real irritated. He didn't really seem like
he just felt like, I think he just trained just to get by. I think he trained to just do 12 rounds. You know what I mean? The Tank that I know, the kid that you punch him in the face, he go crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or if I'm down on the scorecards, I'm gonna go out and go get it. I didn't see it that fight. And I understand it too. When us as fighters, when you get to a certain point in life,
Bill Haney said he wished both Davis and his former partner the best and hoped they could resolve their personal issues so Tank could once again become the superstar many believe he is. Their controversial March showdown ended in a majority draw that allowed Davis to retain his WBA lightweight title. Roach has continued insisting that the rematch remains on track even as uncertainty continues to surround the event.
Tank Davis, he got arrested. I mean, any thoughts on that one?
You did, huh? Again?
Yeah, again.
Hey, look, I actually like Tank Davis. He's a good, he's a good kid. He's a good fighter, a great fighter, actually. He's one of my favorites. Just get together, man. That's it, basically.
The relationship between Terrence Crawford and Gervonta Davis has been tense for quite some time. Their rivalry began during the build-up to Crawford's fight with Errol Spence Jr., who was once close to Davis, and the hostility has only intensified because of the friction involving Shakur Stevenson. Earlier this year, Crawford even joked about Davis complaining after being left out of a Ring magazine event in London, adding another chapter to their ongoing feud.
Do we think Tank is ducking Shakur Stevenson?
Me personally, no. I don't think Tank is necessarily scared to fight anybody. He's a true fighter. But Tank has become this person that, I guess is influenced from Floyd, where he doesn't have to do anything he doesn't want to do. He doesn't care about pleasing the fans, so to speak. It's about money, his legacy, and I respect that, because when it's all said and done, the fans, they're not going to take care of you, right? So he's worrying about securing the biggest bags. But right now, because Turki Al-Sheikh is involved in Shakur Stevenson's career, that big bag of money will be offered to Tank to fight Shakur. So I think after this year, there won't be any more excuses on why he's not fighting Shakur, because the money will be outrageous.
Beautiful, because the word duck is a loaded word. It implies fear. When we use it in the boxing world, it's like, yo, you scared. So definitely Tank ain't scared of nobody. He puts people to sleep.
That's right.
You know what I mean? But there has to be a reason why. We do know that he's in charge of his career, so if he's not fighting, it's not nobody else's reason.
And that's one of the best matchups.
Davis answered those comments with personal attacks directed at Crawford and his family, pushing the rivalry to another level. Now, while preparing for his expected rematch with Lamont Roach Jr., Davis finds himself dealing with legal issues instead of training camp headlines. Although Davis and his former girlfriend ended their relationship some time ago, they continued raising their children together. After posting a $10,000 bond, he was released from custody, prompting many people to wonder how Crawford would react.
Boxing champion Gervonta "Tank" Davis has been arrested and charged with battery in South Florida. Police allege the Baltimore native assaulted his ex-girlfriend during an argument on Father's Day in Doral, Florida. Davis was arrested and booked by Miami Beach police, and a judge set his bond at...
During a recent interview, Crawford was discussing everything from Shakur Stevenson's latest fight to his own highly anticipated showdown with Canelo Alvarez, when the topic shifted to Davis's arrest. Asked if he had any advice for Tank, Crawford avoided adding fuel to the fire. He calmly responded that he didn't know the details of Davis's personal life and preferred focusing on his own career rather than someone else's problems.
Davis get in some trouble. What advice would you have for someone like Tank Davis?
Man, I don't know what's going on with him and his personal life. That's on him. I'm minding the business that pays me. That's my business.
Well, Terrence, thank you so much for your time as always, and I felt.
Even though Davis had previously targeted Crawford and his wife with personal insults, the undefeated 4-division champion refused to respond in kind. When the conversation returned to boxing, however, Crawford offered his thoughts on the rematch with Lamont Roach. Speaking previously, he praised Roach's performance in their first meeting, but suggested Davis would likely return as a much sharper version of himself, while also saying he wasn't sure Roach could perform at an even higher level than he already had.
You know, unfortunately, Tank, he was arrested today. He had some personal incident. My question for you is the impact to his career. You know, he's had these roller coasters, these ups and downs, and, you know, he's a star. What do you think about it?
I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, Tank, I've been saying he needs therapy. That's all.
As Davis deals with both boxing and legal challenges, Oscar De La Hoya also weighed in by encouraging the former champion to get his life back on track. Many once believed Tank would become the sport's next global superstar after Floyd Mayweather. Now, instead of focusing solely on championship fights, he must overcome personal struggles while navigating a complicated legal situation. Through all of it, one of the few constants in Davis's life has remained his close friendship with Adrien Broner.
It's the same thing.
Yeah. Does he look like Tank?
No.
Nah. I'm about to get out of here.
Me too. All right. So, message to your fans, Adrien. What do you tell people who love you and support you?
Support me, follow me, and I'll fight for y'all. I mean, you already know. AB, Adrien Broner, always bomb.
Do you know which stars are coming yet?
Huh?
Which celebrities are coming to the fight?
Not long ago, Davis played a major role in helping Broner revive his own boxing career. Before Broner's comeback against Blair Cobbs, he revealed that he had been battling heavy drinking and going through an extremely difficult period. According to Broner, everything changed after Tank unexpectedly called and invited him to join training camp. From that moment forward, Broner said he regained focus and credited Davis with motivating him every day. He publicly thanked Tank, saying he hoped they would both achieve everything they deserved in boxing and eventually celebrate together.
Tank caught me like, yo, I need some help with this. You know what I'm saying? The AB came to me, and the great thing that I loved about the whole situation, all the stuff AB went through, he was respectable. You know what I'm saying? He showed up, he did, you know, Champ, I said, look, you're on my protocol now. And
some fans have even suggested that Broner's absence from Davis's recent camps coincided with Tank's struggles. Broner had been part of Davis's preparation before the Frank Martin fight, where Tank scored an emphatic 8th-round knockout. Around that same period, however, Broner suffered a disappointing loss to Blair Cobbs. During Davis's camp, one reporter asked trainer Calvin Ford about Broner's progress. Ford responded by saying he could already see flashes of the old Adrien Broner returning and believed positive changes were taking place.
you know, being too confident can get you killed. And I also know that about the game as well.
How did you know you had trouble with the law? How did you find that out?
Huh? We ain't here for that. We ain't here for that. But
okay, but you have connections everywhere.
Hey, see, everybody thought he was gone, see?
Ford explained that while many people had written Broner off, he never believed Broner was truly finished. In his opinion, Broner still had unfinished business in boxing, and this opportunity gave him a chance to remind everyone what he was capable of. Asked whether Davis and Broner enjoyed training together again, Ford smiled and suggested the relationship had evolved, with Tank now returning the same support Broner once gave him early in his career.
Yeah, I believe so.
His losses are respectable. They've aged well.
Yeah, he lost to Marcos Maidana. You know, he's fought a who's list of guys. But in terms of, being a 4-division world champion, I would say he's probably the worst 4-division world champion that we've ever.
I was able to do something to jump up higher. It still seems like that 140 championship title. It's like an itch or a grab. Like you want that one more than maybe others, or it just doesn't matter.
I don't know if you really a fan. I won a world title at 140 pounds too. So, I don't mind going.
Broner has remained unusually quiet regarding the next chapter of his career, leading many to believe he may finally be stepping away from boxing for good after several previous retirement announcements. Meanwhile, the New York State Athletic Commission declined requests to overturn the draw from Davis versus Roach, despite many fans believing Roach deserved the victory. Whether supporters agree or not, the debate continues throughout boxing. That's all for today's update. Be sure to subscribe for more boxing news, major fight updates, and breaking stories from around the sport. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.